Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Monte Alban. It is the day after the championship game, and you can tell it's the day after as Chester and I sit here with this beautiful trophy. It's our 4th out of 7 years. I'm here with my friend Chester Carter, and we got Dave back here running the camera. Not our typical setup, but we're just going to have a brief session here to talk about last night, go over a few stats, and then we're going to talk to Coach Allen. So, buddy, let me just say what a great year, what a pleasure it's been working with you and Dave. Give me your opinion of last night.
Hey, it was a great atmosphere to get down there to Crampton Bowl and get down there and see those kids' eyes light up when they get into that big venue, as well as ours too. Coming out of the gate, Bessemer kind of held, tight with us through the, first quarter.
Yeah.
And second quarter, you could start seeing the Rebels separate from them. And the second half, the Rebels Chambers took over completely and took it all the way to the house. And it was an exciting game throughout the first half. Second quarter, you just started showing the Chambers started putting their will upon, Bessemer, and they just pretty much laid down. And by the third quarter, we knew where we were going.
Well, Chet, as we talked going into that, talking about keys to the game, we always talk about line of scrimmage. But the thing that I think we focused in on in the pregame was the speed, the team speed on both sides of the ball. And you saw that team speed effectively shut down the Bessemer defense. They had no answers. They had no answers for this offense. And as our defense began to adjust, because they had a great athlete playing quarterback, he did a nice job in the first half. There was no panic.
No.
There was no frustration. This team did what it has done all year long. They manned up, they played what they had to play, they limited the mistakes, and they beat Bessemer. That's what they really did.
Yeah, and it was a different Bessemer team from middle of the season.
Yeah.
The quarterback out there was a very athletic quarterback, playmaker, extended the plays out, and did a wonderful job to give them an opportunity to stay in the game.
Well, the physicality of our team was consistent with the rest of the year. As you and I talked about, I think middle of the third quarter, you and I talked about, we haven't been on the field with our starters since game one.
Right.
We had guys who played a half for 9 games, and it crossed my mind. I think they're trying to limit our possessions. They're trying to run the ball, run the clock, keep us offensively off the field. Will our guys wear down? Nope. It didn't wear down at all. They were mentally, physically, and emotionally under control and ready to play. And dude, it was an overpowering second half. But I'm with you. I will give Bessemer a lot of credit. It was a different team. That quarterback, I think, sold them on the idea that they could play with us, and they played pretty well in the first half. But let's go back and be factual. They scored 12 points. We scored 45 points.
Yeah.
I think we could have scored more than 45 points. So the game was, in my mind, never in jeopardy. I think the game was uncomfortable from my position in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you kind of saw the athleticism of that quarterback keep them to where they were in striking range, but they could never benefit from a turnover. They couldn't capitalize on anything that that we were giving them. So it was a dominating win, and it was a statement win. And I think somebody was talking about maybe saying it's a dynasty now, but we won't go there yet. So, but
no problem, man. No problem.
But hey, we got some really good stats here, and let's run through those real quick here as Coach Andrew runs through the camera. We got it.
We have not given him enough screen time, and he was demanding screen time tonight.
That's right. So hey, the final score was Chambers 45, Bessemer 12. Luke Tarver led the way, senior, with 14 carries, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversions. Landon Hand, another stellar game, 14 carries, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 2-point conversion. Senior Jacob Norgard, 8 carries, 90 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 2-point conversion. TJ Daniel, senior, 6 carries, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 12 yards on the kickoff return.
Right.
So just stacking up the all-purpose yards there. Eli Wharton, 1 carry, 2 yards, and Aiden Anglin. Aiden Anglin got in on the offensive side of the ball, 1 carry, 3 yards.
Yep.
In the first half, the Rebel offense averaged 10.2 yards a play. So pretty amazing stat there. Every time they touched the ball, they were making big plays.
Well, buddy, as we watched this game, I was so proud to see so much contribution from our seniors. You knew Luke's going to come and play. You knew Jacob was going to get on that corner. You knew TJ's going to square up and run the ball. Then you flip it over and you know Eli and Aiden and everybody else is going to get after it. Jonathan's going to do his solid job. I mean, we're going to have that performance, and we're going to see the normal guys or the regular guys play hard and play well. And I'll tell you, this group seemed to me to be a little bit quiet as leaders. They just did their job, and everybody pretty much felt the pressure to follow. This defense, it's not overshadowed by those offensive numbers, but Chet, those offensive numbers are insane. I mean, we have so many weapons that we brought out against Bessemer. That's why that defense had no answer.
That's right. You know, the defense was averaging somewhere around giving up just 10 points a game throughout the season, and they came real close last night with 12. So, you know, it's a shutdown defense. And let's go through some of those stats.
Let's talk about defense.
Senior Luke Tarver led the way, 10 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pass breakup, and 1 fumble recovery. Colton Fuller, another great game, 10 tackles. Gabriel Bridges, 7 tackles, 1 sack. TJ Daniel, 5 tackles, 1 interception, 1 pass breakup. Bryce Modling, 5 tackles, 1 pass breakup. Drew Shepard, 4 tackles and 1 sack. Spencer Newman, 4 tackles. Eli Wharton, 2 tackles, 1 sack. Hunter Andrews, 3 tackles. Sam Smith, 2 tackles. Kobe Watley, 1 interception. And Aiden Anglin, 1 tackle and 1 interception there. So just great numbers all around. Everybody's contributing to the win.
It's like we have said so many times, there is so much balance on both sides of the ball. And look at those numbers. Look at that list of tackles. You've got guys who are around the ball every time it's snapped, Chad. And we know Spencer got double teamed. We know Eli got double teamed. We probably had Drew double teamed, probably Gabe. It had no impact. The other thing that I will tell you is not recorded in these stats are shoulders from the running backs into defensive backs and linebackers, and then the big hits that came on the defensive side. Personally, I was a little bit worried about their quarterback, especially in the third quarter. There were some bombs, and I really was concerned. And by the way, we were really happy that the player went down, was not seriously injured, out of the was discharged last night, so he's all good.
Yeah, great news on that front.
Yeah, really great news. But, buddy, this defense, Coach Nesmith has just done an unbelievable job. Coach Jackson's done a great job. And we'll talk to Coach Allen just in a couple seconds because we know that leadership position's done an awful job too.
Well, being the final game last night, let's go over year-end stats.
Sounds like
and it may make you step back for a second. 5,271 yards of rushing on the season, averaging over 400 yards a game in rushing. Just unbelievable. Luke Tarver led the pack with 1,722 yards, 24 touchdowns. Landon Hand, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jacob Norgard, 682 yards, 4 touchdowns. TJ Daniel, 309 yards, 9 touchdowns. Eli Wharton, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jack Nelms, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just incredible right there.
Well, I go back to my original point about number of plays in a game. The number of second halves that our ones never saw the field.
Yeah, and that list, those 6 running backs, they could start on any team.
Buddy, it's so much depth. And, you know, we've heard from all our coaches talk about the pressure that those guys put on a defense. It's like, people think about balance with an offense, like throwing the ball and running the ball. We have balance by running the ball and running the ball. Yeah. And we can throw the throw in there, but our variance, that speed, that bulk, that different style, it is something that is almost impossible. Most teams have a back. They have a go-to guy. We have 6 guys that we could go to right now. That's an incredible number.
Hey, and our go-to guy at quarterback, Landon Hand Jr., he had a great season too. 648 yards, 9 touchdowns. Just an outstanding year for him.
Well, Landon's quickness offered an element that was just really invaluable to this team because it again put pressure on the defense. They probably thinking about the running backs, but all of a sudden now you got a guy who will just outquick you and outrun you.
Oh yeah, put a cleat in the ground and he's gone. So let's cap these stats off with the defense here. And
I'm ready.
Luke Tarver for the year, 65 tackles, 1 interception, 4 pass blocks, 1 sack, 1 fumble recovery. TJ Daniel, 39 tackles, team leading 8 interceptions,
wow.
2 sacks. Colton Fuller, 61 tackles, 3 interceptions. Eli Wharton, 44 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 deflections. Drew Shepard, 44 tackles, 6 sacks. Spencer Newman, 39 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 pass deflections. Gabriel Bridges, 34 tackles, 4 sacks. Aiden Anglin, 22 tackles, 5 interceptions, 7 pass deflections. Hunter Andrews, 26 tackles, 3 interceptions. Bryce Modeling, 36 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 8 pass breakups. Just some outstanding results there.
Are you exhausted now that you've gone through the
Yeah, I need a break.
stats? I mean, we talk about the pressure of the offense. But dude, those numbers are across everybody on the field. There is no weak link on that defense. It is a defense, first of all, that will hit you. They will run you down and tackle you. And if you try to run it in the middle, they're going to knock you down. I mean, it's a very balanced. I'm just out of words. I know that's a shock for me, but I mean, I'm almost out of words. It's hard to describe the balance and the intensity of this defense. And those numbers will tell you it's not 1 or 2 players, it's everybody out there.
Well, you know something? Coach Allen and his staff did a wonderful job this year, and I think it's probably time that Coach Allen come up here
Let's do that.
Give his take on everything going on for the year.
Sounds good, buddy. Thank you.
We'll bring Coach Allen up here in a second.
I don't think they can hear anything. Yeah, just. I gotta go back. I thought you paused. Are we good? You ready, Coach? You ready to go? Me? Ready to go? Folks, we are back with Coach Jason Allen. Coach, congratulations, man.
Hey, let's give it up for the state champs. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank everybody for coming tonight.
Appreciate you, Coach, very much. Hey, I'll tell you, I've asked you every question I think I can come up with, from coaches' shows to post games to last night in the parking lot. Take us through your interpretation of the game. I want to hear what you have to say about this great team.
Yeah, well, Sid, we knew we had a really good team coming in, and, we felt like we were the most physical team the first time we played them, and they didn't respond real well to that. So we wanted to make sure that when we went to Montgomery last night, we hit them right between the eyes early and often. And I thought our kids embraced that mentality all year long, and last night was just a manifestation of the entire season. And I thought our kids saved one of their best performances for the last.
Well, Coach, we talked about it. There's just tons of numbers, and we've gone through them. The thing that impressed me about this group last night, Bessemer played better. They did come out and they played better because it's a title game. These guys never, ever hesitated to respond. Nobody was frustrated. Nobody was upset. These guys just buckled down. And look, Bessemer scored 12 points, and we scored 45.
Right.
It was a dominant win and physically dominating win.
Absolutely. You know, and my hat's off to our O-line. All season we've talked about how great they played, but, you know, from tight end Colton Fuller to right tackle Spencer Newman to right guard Drew Shepard to our center Jonathan Caulfield, my bad, to our left guard Gabe Bridges, to our left tackle Jacob Bradley, and then I include Eli Horton in that because he is such a dominant blocker for us and so important to our offense. But those guys just kicked butt last night, and really proud of the way they played. And you know, I think we averaged 10 yards a play in the first half, and almost 10 yards for the game.
You know, Coach, it seemed to me that the idea was maybe for Bessemer to take away possessions from us, because I think they knew we're going to get the ball, we're going to score. Maybe get that clock to run, limit it, get some scores. It didn't matter. Every time we got the ball, we were ready to go, and boy, quick strike. I mean, it's like a blitz. It's just an explosive offense. Your quarterback did an awfully good job last night too.
Yep, you know, we put in a tempo play. I don't know if you noticed during the game, but we were snapping the ball really quick sometimes with Landon running the buck sweep to the left into a design bunch formation that helped us seal the edge and get our guards out there, and then we led an extra blocker with Luke from the halfback position, and we just stole yards from that. We did that back in 2020 when Peyton was playing. We played Escambia, and we put that back in this week, and just stole yards early and often in that game. And but you know, we got a lot of weapons on our team, you know, and he goes for over 140 and Luke goes for over 140, and I think Norgard would have won over 100 if he doesn't get hurt.
That's right.
There in the third quarter. Well, so, great job.
You know, those guys, we talk about them, the talent, you know they're going to bring it, all of them are going to bring it. I love what happened last night as your seniors responded. Now, everybody in my mind played well, but that senior leadership was by example last night. And you saw some guys just continue to play great football on both sides of the ball. And you talk about that wrinkle. I didn't notice this quick count, but Chad and I were talking. It's like we are sealing the corner up tight. Nobody's out there. We had a couple plays where one guy made a touchdown saving play, and then we got Landon free on the corner, and he's in the end zone.
Well, you know, I mean, it was a great formation for us. It's a great design with what we were doing and who was getting the ball. But probably what made it the biggest thing for us is we were trying to snap the ball within 5 to 8 seconds of being tackled the play before. And they were trying to get a lot of their calls in defensively from the sideline. And if you're able to do that, you can eliminate that. Their game plan is they were trying to blitz linebackers into the A-gap beside the center, and we effectively kind of took that away with being able to tempo them.
Well, Coach, the offense was unbelievable. I thought the defense played incredibly well. We got the turnovers when we needed them, the big hits when we needed them. And look, our fourth down play, on fourth down, we were pretty dominant last night. Nothing worked on that pressure situation.
Yeah, I thought a huge sequence was it was 3rd and 2. They ran the quarterback wedge just straight ahead, and we stuffed it 4th and 2. They ran a little outside zone play, and he had an option to throw it out there to the wide receiver, and Aiden Anglin was all over it.
And on an island by himself, brought him down.
Made a great play, and then it was just kind of on from there. Sid.
Coach, it was really dominating. We love watching this team all year long. And you and I, when I was talking to you last night, these past 2 seasons have mirrored themselves. We lost the opening game last year, won 12 in a row, and a state title. Same exact thing happened this year. Both those teams, in my mind, were incredibly special. They looked like they were both teams were having great fun. I have to believe it was a pleasure to coach them both, not because of the title, but because of the kids who are doing this kind of work.
Yeah, I mean, it's all on the players, Sid. I mean, they believe in what we're doing, and they got to go out and play the game. I've never seen a coach go out and play a down of football in my 27 years of coaching, and, you know, they got to execute the game plan, and I thought we did really well. We knew that number one for them, their quarterback, was a difference maker, and you could see he was a talented player. I mean, he hurt people with his legs all year long, and we wanted to make sure that he couldn't hurt us with his legs. And then he was a very accurate thrower.
Yeah.
So we kind of said, let's get them on the ground, let's tackle them. That first series, they kind of hurt us with some short game stuff, and we didn't tackle well on that one touchdown.
Right.
But other than that, I thought we played really well defensively. Coach Nesmith did a great job.
I thought the game turned early in the second quarter with a couple of big plays, like especially that fourth down play. We got the ball back and scored, and almost scored again with like 30 seconds after a big stop. The intensity wrapped up, Coach, and this team played like we knew they were going to play. And look, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I want to mention this. Last night, according to the records that we have, 191 wins. We have won 4 state titles in 7 years. We won 9 regions in a row. So let me just say to you, that's unbelievably outstanding. Congratulations, Coach. You deserve it.
Well, it's not just me, Sid.
I understand.
It's the entire staff, the kids, all those teams, and most importantly is God has blessed our school with unbelievable kids, and just blessed me more than I deserve. And I'm just thankful to him, and I want to give him the credit for letting us accomplish these things. And without him, this doesn't mean a whole lot to me.
I agree. Coach, we are so appreciative of you and your staff and your players. We appreciate the CA family because they've always helped us. They've been great supporters. And look, we're going to put a ribbon on 2024 right now, and I'm going to let you take us out if you don't mind.
Yep. It's been a great year at the CNEA. It's been a great year up here on Thursday nights and Tuesday nights with the Rebel Live crew who just do an awesome job, and I think are kind of the envy of the sports media world with the job we do, from the camera work with David to you and Chester on the mic, the non-partiality and the professionalism. It's been a great year in our school hallways. We've had a great time all year, and I just want to thank everybody, all our fans, and just always remember, it's great to play for the CNEA.
Thanks, you good folks. We'll be back for baseball and softball. Have a great night.